In this quick tut, we're just going to make a like a red button. You see them in the movies, or those big red buttons that you're not supposed to push. So we're going to make a new document. We're going to call it red button. Make sure these are in pixels. Change that to, if it already isn't, 1024 by 768. And we should start with a blank white canvas. So the first thing we're going to do is go down to here and select our ellipse tool. Holding shift, I'm going to draw a circle. This is going to be the base of our button. I'm then going to draw another button on top of that. I'm going to make it red inside of here. So holding shift again, I want to make it a little bit smaller. Whoops. See what I did there? I didn't create a new layer. I put that on top of the layer. So I'm going to undo that. Create a new layer. And draw another circle. So now this is inside my existing circle. If I want to change the color, I just go up there. I double clicked on this layer on the icon. We'll make that one a little bit darker red. So now that's a basic button. We want to make it a little bit more fancy. So select the layer that's on top, so the inner circle. I'm going to apply some FX, bevel and emboss. And bring up the size to make it look like, and soften it up a bit, make it look like a button, like it's a 3D button almost. Take down the shadow, it's a bit dark down there, I don't like it too dark. And click OK. That looks pretty cool already. It looks like a button. This back here doesn't sort of doesn't fit, so we'll apply some FX to that. I would put some gradient overlay and make it a little bit shaded. Except I would use, I would start from this color and go towards this color. And then I'm going to go back to the top button and apply some more effects. I'm going to put a drop shadow on this button. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Distance, we don't want it too far away. And click OK. So there we have a red-ish button. We can now, we can also keep going if you want it. All these effects go in layers, so as you go you can add or delete layers. The next thing I would probably do is put a little bit of gradient overlay just to give it a sort of faded effect. Maybe change it to go sideways. Play around with these things. See how the look of the button changes. Gives it a more realistic feel. I would also add now, what else? I would add sort of like a glow to the top of the button to make it look a bit more rounded on the top. So to do that, I'm going to create a new layer, and with the lasso tool just circle around, actually no, with the round marquee tool I'm just going to make like an oval like that first, And on this new layer I'm going to fill it with white. But I am going to use the gradient tool to do this. So if it's not selected, select the gradient tool. And I want to make that gradient round like that. Holy moly! We have to select this preset if it already isn't selected. Undo, undo. So see how the edges fade and it's not quite a solid color? That's what we want. Let's see if that works. So Command D, get rid of that. No, it's got a bit of a sharp edge to it. So we'll do it differently actually. We will undo that. Delete this layer altogether actually. Create a new layer. And take this tool again. And just make it on the new layer like this. Do it until you get it like a nice-ish size like that, and then we will warp this shape into the way we want it to make it look like it's on the top of the button, like a bit of a shine from the lighting. So we've got it there. Now we want to transform, but we want to warp it. So we want to warp it this way. A bit like a jelly bean almost. Hit enter. Maybe a little bit more. We can play with the transparency, not the transparency, the perspective as well. And then once that's done, change the opacity and just chunk it down a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a slight tint effect. And then also, if it doesn't quite look right, you can sort of move it over to other spots of the button. If you think it'd look better over here, maybe it will. If you think about the light, how the light's being shone onto this button. If the light is coming from this way, and the button is slightly curved up here and goes down here, then the light should be shining here on this side. So it makes more sense for it to be over there, and I would probably have it that way. So there we have it. We have a red button. Try and make your own now.